A guy is approaching a new lady.
Very good. So I think
He has been with a lady. They
Yes.
cohabited for 8 years and they had 2 kids together
With
that
other lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
However, now they are no longer together.
so. He's with somebody. He wants to go into somebody else.
Yeah, and he's just telling her 3 months after speaking with her. He's telling the new lady now.
Yes.
3 months after speaking with her about the other lady.
Yes.
So yeah, what's your advice concerning this?
Yeah.
How can people heal enough to evaluate a person holistically instead of reacting to the wounds of their previous relationship?
My question is a little bit about trauma. So if someone wouldn't grow up fully in love growing up, and it has come up in your relationships, like you keep dating people, even the ones that have genuine feelings for you, but you always use your own hands to like destroy it, like spoil it, because you are scared that your trauma is going to come up in the relationship. My question is, how do you deal with the whole thing?
Thank
Welcome to Kingdom Relationship and Marriage, where we help Christians choose the right spouse and build marriages that honor God. If you want practical, Bible-based wisdom for your relationships and future marriage, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our growing community. Now, let's get into today's message.
We call it done. In Jesus' mighty name. Would you put your hands together for the Lord? Please sit down. I just want to attend to just only four questions today. Just 4 urgent, important questions. If there are any, I will want to attend quickly. Any question bothering your mind on relationship matters, I'll be more than willing to attend to that. And if you want to ask your own by writing it, write it and send it. Okay, I see already a hand there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. Okay, so 5 of you quickly come. You will have the liberties to ask your questions. Yeah, ma'am, you can. Is there anybody else raising a hand over there? Okay. Hallelujah.
Okay, Papa.
Yes.
There's a question, a written question.
Yes.
Maybe we should take it. It says, "Good morning, Reverend Sam. What is your advice concerning marriage? A man that cohabited with a lady for 8 years that resulted to 2 kids, and they are no longer together, of which he told me 3 months after communication." Okay, so basically this is a lady who a man has actually approached.
Okay, he wants to marry her.
Yes.
Okay.
Then they cohabited for 8 years, resulted to 2 kids.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I think I get it now.
Yeah.
A guy is approaching a new lady.
Very good. So I think
He has been with a lady. They
Yes.
cohabited for 8 years and they had 2 kids together.
With that lady, with the
that
other lady.
Yes.
Yes.
However, now they are no longer together.
so he's with somebody. He wants to go into somebody else.
Yeah, and he's just telling her 3 months after speaking with her. He's telling the new lady now.
Yes.
3 months after speaking with her about the other lady.
Yes.
So yeah, what's your advice concerning this?
Yes. The first thing is, again, can you see why we say if you violate the principles? Can you see the consequence now? She was with that guy and he's been able to give her 2 children to alter the trajectory of her life. She can no longer go to the market seeking to be married as a single lady anymore. She's going to be called a single mom. Do you understand? And any man that wants to marry her will no longer consider her alone anymore. The man will be considering her 2 kids and the dynamics of the relationship she was in. Can you see the complication that we get into when we don't make the principle of God first to guide our lives? Are you getting what's going on here now? Now, for the lady that this man has spoken to, who is just 3 months into a relationship with him, the first thing we want to do is, we can't discountenance him because he had such a past. What we want to do is to determine if he is a child of God. My concern will be, hope this girl in question is a child of God. If she is a child of God, then I will expect that she will check to know, was he a Christian when he did what he did? Was he born again when he did what he did? Then number two, if he was born again, what spiritual state was he in when he did that? Number three, has he realized what role he played in creating that kind of situation? Number four, what role is he playing currently in the lives of those kids? Are the kids with him, or are they with the mother of the kids? What role is he playing? All right. Then number five, don't forget that whatever happened between the two of them that made her to leave doesn't cancel the fact that there was a moment when they enjoyed intimacy together. Memory is still there. He has not lost his amygdala, so the sense of pleasure is still there. Meaning, under favorable circumstance, the sense of pleasure that once exists can come back again. So the question is, how really done is he with the mother of the children? Can you see that there are questions to ask? So this lady has a burden of his past to resolve. She needs to know everything about it. Are they done? Okay. Does the mother of the children still want him? He may say, I don't want her, but does she still want him? Because if she still wants him, and this lady comes into the equation, the mother of the child will now believe that this lady is the reason why he can't make up his mind. The battle will now become the battle with who? With the lady. So the lady must now make up her mind. The lady must now make up her mind to say, look, if we can't resolve all those questions, it doesn't make sense for me and you to continue. Are you paying the bills? Now, if you are paying the bills for the kids, okay, do you normally send the money to the mother? Do you even go to visit the kids? Because I expect you should be going to visit the kids, okay? And if you go to visit the kids, do you go to the mother's house? Are you seeing complications here and there? And if you go to the mother's house, do you quarrel? Do you stay outside? Are you cordial with the mother? I expect you should be cordial so you can raise the kids together. But the problem with being cordial is that affections can rise again. So I will suggest to her that she should ask thorough questions. And where she feels all the answers and the proofs line up to show that it's only children that binds them together and nothing more. Where she's able to establish that, and he's a child of God, he has recognized where he went wrong and he has made his way right, she can now begin to consider him based on his own merit, but keeping that issue in mind. In the first place, why did he leave her? Because any man who can leave his wife with children involved and say, look, I had to go, he must have crossed certain things emotionally. And the implication is that if I can walk away from the mother of my children with the children, then whatever I'm telling you about me and you will die together is a matter of time. If anything goes wrong, I can walk away from. So I would say there's nothing wrong with marrying such a man who has had such a past, if the man has truly given his life to Christ, taking responsibility for his action, he's present in the life of his children, taking responsibility for them, and is cordial with the mother of his children, but not having any affectionate concerns towards her. Does that make sense? Let's take the first question.
Okay, thank you, Papa. There are other questions, but we should take a few of the live questions and then we'll
come back to that. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, Pastor.
You're
good
welcome.
afternoon, everyone. So I already took my time to write my question.
Wow.
So I've noticed that after a painful relationship, people often overvalue whatever was missing before. For example, if someone dated a poor communicator, they may prioritize communication so much in the next relationship that they overlook character, values, or emotional maturity. Another example, someone might date a younger person, then because of what they went through with the younger person, maybe a man or a woman, then they now decide, okay, my next relationship is going to be an older person. Because sometime last week, a friend of mine was telling me that her friend was telling her that she has met a 59-year-old man. This lady is very young, just like I am. Now, this 59-year-old man is giving her so much attention that she hasn't seen in her previous relationship. So now my question is, how can people heal enough to evaluate a person holistically instead of reacting to the wounds of their previous relationship?
Thank you so much. Can we put our hands together for her? By the way, what did you study?
I studied biochemistry.
I think you should take relationship matters seriously. I think you're going to do well. All right? You're going to do well. So what I'll do is, all of you that want to go through, who wants to get involved in relationship coaching, training, and all that, they are going to give you, they're going to write your names, emails, and then I'll let you know when I'll be doing the training. Is that okay? Because I want to see many of you rise and travel to different parts of the world, holding conferences, helping people. Is that okay? All right, let's get down to the basics. It is very natural that the moment we have a failed relationship, it is very natural for us to immediately want to look for an opposite to make up for what we lost. It's the principle of complement. I want to make up for what I didn't have. Only to so focus on what was absent in the previous person. I want to focus on that. And when I find that in somebody, I become blinded to the weakness of that person. Am I making a point here? So the other person was somebody who perhaps maybe was very aggressive. Okay? So because I want an opposite, so I go for somebody who is maybe very laid back, less aggressive. So now what's going to happen is that for the first few moments, maybe for months, I am going to be thanking God that I have found somebody better than the word is going to be to my mind, I found somebody better than who I left. Is that okay? Because this person is not as aggressive as the one that I left who hurt me so much. Because I am so fixated on the strength of this one in comparison to the other person, I become blinded to the weaknesses of this one. Until after a while, after relating with this one for a while, and I have gotten enough of what the other didn't have in this one. And then, unfortunately, sometimes it will be late into the relationship. You will have gotten married. And by the time you get married, then you now begin to realize, oh my God. That's why you now hear people say, she be my other partner. That one only just gets angry. That this one is worst off. And then you suddenly now realize that because of the new things you're finding about this person, you now get to realize that even what you valued at the beginning, which was what the other person didn't have, because of what you're finding out, you will now hate what the person has, which you consider to be strength. Does that make sense? So my counsel is the exact answer you have given. Please, when you want to move from one relationship to another, make sure that you know who you want. That's why you should be clear about who is the kind of person I want. I want a God-fearing person. Please, when you are choosing, choose for yourself. Don't write out what you are looking for in order to attack the other person or to prove that you have somebody better than the other person. Make sure what you're writing out is something about the person you want to marry that fulfills you. Does that make sense? All right. So you want to write, I want God-fearing person, someone who's going to be a great husband, take care of my kids, someone who will love me for who I am. Can you see it's about you are focusing on yourself and you're not looking at the other person that you left. So it should be about you. You should be able to put those pictures together. Otherwise, you will end up going for somebody who is different, and in your mind, different means better. Only for you to find out you only got somebody who is different but not better. So my challenge to you is make sure you are clear about who you want to have as a wife, who you want to have as a husband. And I'm talking about biblical basis and personal reasons. I want someone who is God-fearing, somebody who loves kids. I want somebody who loves God, who loves giving to God, serving God. I love someone who will give me the room to be myself and stuff like that. You want to write those kind. And then when you meet the person, you want to start checking out for what you are looking for. Does this make sense to everybody here? You're looking out for what you are looking out for that is relevant to your own life. Otherwise, you're going to go out looking for what is missing in the man, and then you find difference in somebody and call it better. Is that all right?
Thank you, Pastor.
God bless you.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for being under your word of wisdom today.
Thank you.
My question is on the principle of purpose. And we have lots of confusion there. Then I wrote the question. I said, most ladies tend to settle for anybody because of pressure. Now, these ladies know their purpose. They have discovered what they want to achieve. They have discovered who they are. But because of the norms and the tradition that we face in Africa, where there is an age tag for each lady, so you are now being pressured, right, to end up with or to consider anybody at all that comes your way. Now, this is a problem that most of my gender are facing. Some of them end up marrying who they don't want to. That's why there is a saying, ladies marry who is available, not who they love. So now, in this case, Daddy, what advice do you have that will stick to us? Some of us have that principles. We are strong in our decisions, and people call us picky. They say, this person, you're picky. You have big eyes, clinical, and the rest. So now, what advice do you have to give us that will stick and then, be more like a moral support? Thank you.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Rejoice.
Say it again.
Rejoice Asoloko.
And what do you do?
I'm a caterer and also an activist. I work in the humanitarian sector.
And what do you activists for?
Gender equality, rights protection.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that one is fine. That one is okay. Okay. So here's what I want to say to you. When you say, I know my purpose, you know why you exist, right? One of the things that I want to say to you is, you never allow pressure. That's why I talk about the principle of patience. I wish I can break all of them. What I just shared with you today, I've not shared it anywhere. It's something I'm going to turn into a model. Each principle will be a model. It's going to become a book. Is that okay? So here's the game. All the principles. So if you say you have purpose and you don't have patience, is the reason you will settle for anything. And one of the things that patience does is that it helps you to ward off pressure. Are you not going to push me into anything? I know who I am. And we're not talking about some of the things that some of us ladies call, I know my purpose sometimes. They're just sometimes just unnecessary, ambitious stuff. You understand that? They're just things that, to be very realistic, sometimes very materialistic. You understand that sometimes what some ladies call the kind of person I want to marry, just purely materialistic stuff. You get what I'm saying now? But for a lady, let's assume that you have it right. You know what your purpose is. One of the things you want to do is principle of positioning. It matters where you go to. Why will a lady who knows that her assignment has to do with helping a man who is going to be in position of leadership, governance, right? You know that that's the kind of person God is preparing you for, okay? It matters whose field. It matters where you go to position yourself. So for someone like Ruth, she was going to birth the next Messiah. Is that okay? So I need to be in the field, and somehow that's where relying on God comes in. Somehow God helped her because she had said, your God will be my God. So it's assumed by this time she already has the God of Israel as her God. And he guided her to the field of Boaz, where Boaz said, I have been observing you. So it matters where you are, that you know your purpose is not enough. Position. All the principles I've shared with you, they are interconnected. You can't say you know purpose and you are impatient. You can't say you know purpose and you are patient but in the wrong place. You will suffer. You can't be in the midst of people who don't have, you can't be in the midst of guys who are average. That's why they are saying you are picky. Because most of the guys around you may be average guys. They are just guys who are just looking for women who are just, averagely okay. Do you understand? Women who are just going to submit to them and all of that. Everybody has his own level. So you may have to intentionally begin to find yourself in meetings, in gatherings, where people of like minds gather. Eagles don't gather with turkeys. Otherwise, turkeys will look at eagles. When eagles say, let us fly, they'll say, you are too proud. Can you see what's going on here? So it's about making sure that you are within the space, the environment, where people of your kind of mind, where they gather. First of all, you need to be on LinkedIn. You need to have a page on LinkedIn. And you need to be active on LinkedIn. And then there are some other Christian pages, chat rooms and all kinds of stuff where Christian professionals gather. Find your way to those kind of places globally. Then in church, you also want to make sure that the kind of people you interact with are sound-minded people. You are a gender activist, you are a caterer and all of that, and only God knows what his purpose is for your life. To be around a man who would do great things for God, support him, provide him with skill sets and all of that. And then you are with a guy whose only desire is, you understand what I'm saying now? He's not dreaming that big. And you are talking to him about big things. He's going to look at you as somebody who is just unnecessarily ambitious. Have you ever seen where the river gets into the ocean and the ocean calls the river big? The ocean swallows the river. There is a man you are about to meet. When you meet him, everything that others have called you are too picky, you are too big, you'll be like a drop in his ocean. I'm telling you. Are you getting what I'm saying here? There's a man. Watch this carefully, sweetheart. Ruth entered into the gleaning field of Boaz. When Ruth found herself in the field of Boaz, she was only able to function, not even inside the garden. It's too big. His space was too big for her. Too big for her. She was kept as a gleaner. She was not even inside yet. You want God to bless you with such. They are around. They are around. I have some guys here. Some of them, listen, sweetheart, some of them are looking at you. And they are saying, if I share my dreams with you, your head will be turning. If they share with you where they are going to, they are like an ocean. So they exist. And one of them is listening to you. Is that okay? I have guys here, we're talking to them and they're like, sir, some of the ladies who see around, sir, when you interact with them, sir, you can't. So the guys are complaining. that they are not seeing ladies who can command. Then the girls are, who are the guys complaining? Who are the girls complaining? I guess you all need to just find it. There's just a teen divide. You all need to meet each other. Complainers need to meet. Do you understand that? There are guys here who like, my God. For instance, there's a guy here who is trusting God that, okay, he's going to have a wife. When you mention the word activist, gender, something, there's a guy here that feels like, oh, that connects with where I'm going to. And then when you now mention catering, that even just that's double confirmation for the guy. Because the guy doesn't play with his food. The guy feels like he's going to be hosting international. Do you do intercontinental? Say it again.
I'm about to.
So you want to go and take a course in that?
Yes.
There's a guy here who wants to be, his guests will be coming from all over the world. And he wants to be able to trust his wife to oversee taking care of international guests. And you just fit in. And you're beautiful. So go and see him quickly. Is that okay? And if you are the one I'm talking to as a man, you better do something quickly. Otherwise, you will not sleep this night. Bible said the man will not be able to sleep tonight until he has done the thing. So don't stress this girl too much. She's the one you've been waiting for. You are the one I've been waiting. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good
You're
evening,
welcome.
everybody. And first of all, I want to say thank you for this platform. It's really amazing.
Thank
This
you.
is my first time here.
Oh, let's celebrate her.
I saw it on Instagram, so I decided to come.
Oh, can we celebrate her, please? Thank you.
So my question is about balancing your relationship with God and that of people. Like I'm someone who is genuinely having a relationship with God, like fellowship with God and everything. And I discovered that it made me soft, made me, how do I put it now? Like talking to people, like I'm more compassionate, more kinder, like compared to how I used to be before and all. And then in terms of relationship, you notice some certain kind of people coming to me or coming to the lady, and your natural instinct to be like, you're not, I'm a born-again Christian, you're not even in that line, you don't even believe in God, you don't know if God exists, what are you doing with me? And but because of my relationship with God, I cannot express how I would have expressed myself initially. I don't know how to put the question that it makes sense.
Just go ahead. So what's your concern?
So my concern is having a genuine relationship with God makes one very soft, that you cannot express yourself, you have to everything you do, you have to be conscious of God, conscious of the Holy Spirit, conscious of your living, literally, right? So there are some certain kind of people that ordinarily would not come near you, or they come near you and your normal self, you'll be you want to have an outburst.
Okay.
But because of
Holy
your
Ghost.
relationship with God, you're being soft. And because you're being
Holy
soft,
Ghost, if not be you, right?
yes, sir. So you being soft, it now looks like you're not really passing the message the way you should pass the message.
To let them know that next time,
Don't come near
if you
me.
come
Yes.
near here,
Something like that, yes, sir. So how do I balance it? It's an issue for me.
maybe it would have been better if you're on the other side, just
No,
say
sir.
Ogungo. Hello, ma'am. Yes, we are Christians and we should be kind to everybody. Is that okay? We're to be kind with everybody, and but that doesn't mean we should not be truthful. Is that all right? So somebody comes to meet you and it's not the kind of person, there's no witness in your spirit.
Yes,
Can we put it there? That there's no witness in your spirit that this is not the kind of person that I want to marry. Is that okay? Oh, there's a way to present it. Thank you so much, sir. I truly appreciate you. All my daughters here must learn diplomacy.
So you will say that, but the person keeps coming.
No.
And it's you're not
no, is the way you said your own. I want to tell you the way to say it. Is that okay? So And all my daughters have to learn diplomacy, because now the reason I'm about to tell you this is because sometimes the person that is the wrong person that comes first might be useful when the right person comes. Human beings are interconnected. You don't know how connected this person might be to eventually the person that you want to say yes to. And that person, because of how you treated him, will be the one that will poison the heart of the right person. And you get what I'm saying? In a globalized world, be careful how you treat people. You may think you are just dealing with this person, but you don't know how connected that person will be to somebody connected to that person. So we always say be very kind. Is that okay? But at the same time, you are very affirmative. You're clear about what you're saying. So things like, thank you so much for coming to express your feelings. And I see that you've been persistent, and I truly appreciate it. I just want to make it clear. Number one, I am not ready for a relationship with you now. Number two, I've prayed about it. You are not the person God will want me to settle with, but you are such an amazing person. And I see that you will do well with somebody else. And what I just want to plead with you over is the fact that if you come to see me next time again, I will be constrained to report it to the pastor. I'll be constrained to report to our pastor, so that maybe our pastor can speak to you in a language you will understand. I respect you. You're such an amazing person, and honestly, I see you doing very well in the future with a beautiful woman, but certainly not me. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that I am not the right person for you. You are just an amazing person, but I'm not the right person for you. And I truly pray for you, and I wish you the best in the nearest future. Is that okay? Thank you for coming, and you've come again, but I just want to tell you there will be no need for another coming. Because this time around, if you come again, I think our pastor may need to speak to you in such a way that you may understand it. But if there's anything you want us to do together for God, since we are all in the same church, if there's any time your department has anything, please feel free to call me. I'm your sister in the house of God here. And please do not fail to let me know when your wedding is coming. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
Did I help you? I did very well. I'll collect offering for helping you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
You're
afternoon,
welcome.
church.
You're welcome.
So my question is a little bit about trauma. So if someone wouldn't grow up fully in love growing up, and then it has come up in your relationships, like you keep dating people, even the ones that have genuine feelings for you, but you always, before they go further, you always use your own hands to like destroy it, like spoil it, because you are scared that your trauma is going to come up in the relationship. My question is, how do you deal with the whole thing?
Thank you so much. I want to thank you first for even being forthright with that. Trauma is something that we all have experienced in life. Is that okay? I think the most unhealthy human being to relate with is the person who is intentionally refusing to acknowledge his or her trauma, or the person who didn't even know that the person was traumatized and trauma is influencing the person's life. Either of these two individuals can be very injurious. The one who doesn't know that trauma is influencing his or her action, that person will continuously hurt you. And if you don't know about trauma, you will think the person hates you. Is that okay? Then for the person who knows about it, but intentionally doesn't want to do anything about it, that person too is equally just not a good person. Is that okay? But for you to identify trauma, and even go further to identify how it affects you, particularly all of us here, how it affects us, is one of the most healthiest things to do. The first thing I'll recommend that you do is, because you truly value your future, I'll recommend that you find a way to find someone who is into trauma counseling or trauma or therapy. You want to say something?
I'm a counselor.
You're a counselor? Are you into trauma?
No.
Okay. Are you the person dealing with trauma? Okay. So since you're, what kind of counseling are you into?
I'm a relationship counselor.
You're a relationship counselor. All right. Because you are a relationship counselor, I will give my time to you, whatever little I can do personally and privately to do that. Because you are bringing healing to others, you need to also be healed. And then I would also recommend that you meet with a professional trauma expert. And I will make sure that I take care of the cost. Is that okay? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
The other thing I want to say is that because you've mentioned the ripple effect, how that it makes us affect those of us who have been traumatized before, what normally will happen is that, for instance, if you were betrayed before, or you were betrayed growing up, what then happens is that, or you were abandoned, daddy walked out, mommy walked out. What then happens is that you find a situation whereby if you are in a relationship, the moment somebody is acting as if the person wants to leave you, even though the person is not leaving, you will want to be the first to do what? Because don't forget that you did not have control over when daddy was leaving. So what trauma does is that it wants you to be in control this time around. Before you leave me, I will what? I will be the first to leave you. Okay? Because I will want you to feel the pain of me leaving than for me to feel the pain again of you leaving. Does that make sense? So trauma has a way of affecting our response to life. It affects our relationship. Once you identify that you're dealing with a trauma, is there anybody who is into trauma counseling, trauma coaching? Anybody that's into therapy here? Oh, sorry, you're a therapist? Say it again. What did she say? Not fully. Are you working into becoming a therapist? Fantastic. Please, when you're done, let me know so that you will always be here with us. We'll always walk with you. Is that okay? So you have a job waiting for you. All right. So if you're dealing with trauma of any kind, the bottom line is trauma makes you to react to life in such a way that you preempt situations ahead of time, interpret them based on your past experience, and then you take steps based on your interpretation, not reality. And you get what I'm saying here now? Yes. So you interpret the situation based on your past, not on reality. And you take actions based on your wrong interpretation. And what that does is that it destroys relationship. It happens to married people. It happens to singles. My counsel to you is, please get someone who can help you, professional therapists to help you. And there are so many of them around. Preferably look for Christian therapists who can truly help you. Is that okay? Thank you so much. So see me.
Thank you, Pastor Sam, Reverend Sam, for being a blessing to us and the body of Christ.
You're welcome.
My name is Benjamin Musa. I want to ask this question. What do you do as a believer? You're into a God-fearing relationship. You love this person, the person loves you. And you spoke about we prioritizing character over chemistry. And in doing that, pay attention to red flags. Now, you don't see these red flags. The people around you don't see these red flags. And the person you're working with or you're in a relationship with loves you. Okay, let me get to the specific of these questions now. Like, you see everything clearly. This person loves God, believes in your vision, is devoted to you, committed to you, and the time has come that you've introduced this person to your parent, like held the person's hand, knelt down before your father and your mom that this is the lady I intend to get married to. And she did likewise. And maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, you discover that this person is living a life that is contrary to what she portrays on social media and in the physical. You understand? So this is somebody that when everybody sees her, she respects people, she loves God, she does everything, but it's just like cheating, you understand? So if something happens once, it's a mistake. If it happens twice, it's a coincidence. But if it happens 3 times, it's a lifestyle and a pattern. You understand? And if it happens 4 times, you need help. You understand? So if this person walks to you and tell you that, okay, this is a weakness I have, how do we sort it out? It's another thing. But for you to go that far of meeting for parental consent and you still hide this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and one thing led to the other, you get to discover about it, and the person is saying, if I tell you, you leave me. What do you do?
Thank you so much, sir. It's a little bit complicated, and I want to appreciate the fact that you are quite open about this. Here's something I want to quickly say to you, sir. It is not at all times that individuals who don't tell you about their weaknesses, it is not at all times that they have ill intentions. There are several reasons that make some people to keep that to themselves. Okay, don't mind whether it's 5 years or something that long. The reality is that you have no idea what sharing has done to some people in the past. Some people's greatest trauma in life came from being truthful. How many of you remember when we were okay, some of you maybe not. So in our generation, some people learned lies because it was the best way to escape. Because the moment your parents say, who took the bottle of milk? The moment you say, I am the one, before you say, I am your one will give you one. Are you getting what I'm saying? So what that does is that it makes it difficult for us to be what? Truthful. Are you getting what I'm saying, sir? You have no idea, sir, where she comes from. You have no idea what her history is. Is it possible for a good person, a wife material, is it possible for her to have weaknesses? Yes. Is it possible for her to be in love with you and still be struggling with somebody else? Yes. It's a matter to be resolved. For instance, what do you do with a girl who grew up and she kept hearing the best kind of men to marry? They are tall, dark, and what? She grew up hearing tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark, and handsome. And now it was time for the will of God for her to marry. She now married short. She now marry you are short. Or you are average height. Sir, don't forget that something has happened to her psyche. Somebody told her that the ideal husband must be what? Tall, dark, and handsome. Everything she was told about who a husband should be has nothing to do with character, with spirituality, with the intangibles like integrity and all. No. So she comes to marry you. She's in relationship with you, sir. And then here, after she settles with you, here is TDH. See, tall, dark, and handsome just entered their office. They just gave tall, dark, and handsome job. You sometimes these offices is like they are cooperating with the devil. Does anybody understand what I'm saying here? All of a sudden, the next thing you just say, one human resource. Hi, everybody. I want to introduce to you our staff. Another staff that we just hired newly. The devil hired him for her, you know. So I would like to introduce you. And hey! Shamila Kufela Bamba. So she sees him like this. She's like, Father God, was I wrong that I went too? Maybe I went too early. Maybe this is the one I should be waiting for. Are you seeing what I'm saying, sir? Sir, by no means does this excuse immorality. I'm only trying to let you know how the mind works. Something has already weakened the mind and painted an image that the ideal guy is tall, dark, and handsome. Now, after she has met you, here is tall, dark, and handsome. To make matters worse, sharing the next decks, talking with baritone voice. Are you getting what I'm saying? She stays with him. She can't bind him. He comes to office. She can't cast him out. He's her next door neighbor. What do you do when tall, dark, and handsome parks to her neighborhood before she marries you? She's living as a spinster, as a lady in a community, and then tall, dark, and handsome just rented the next flat. Are you getting what I'm saying, sir? Something has already happened before. She will need the grace of God for her not to compromise at such a time. Because already what will compromise her is no longer from without, is already within. What came from outside is just to make sure it activates what is already where. So at such a moment that she may end up having an affair with that guy, not because she wants to marry him. And then when she has an affair, she now gets to even realize this one is, that's all he has. He's only tall, dark, and handsome. And it's nonsense.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I understand
Yes.
you, Pastor. What I'm saying is when you create a conducive and an enabling environment for this person to have this liberty of expression, that she
for her to talk to
express
you
herself
about her issues.
Yes, and it's not as if you're being judgmental.
Now you are just you are just qualifying.
Yes.
You see, you are just qualifying. That's why I said in the first place, you don't know what she's gone through. You don't know the kind of environment she grew up in. Now, if you are the kind of person that have created an environment totally different, a trusting environment, an environment where she knows she can be open and she can tell you anything and everything and no judgment, sir. Before a lady tells you about such a deep matter of her life, the first thing the lady is going to do is that she will try you with small matters. So she's going to watch your reaction. So you may be thinking, one thing is for you to think, I am non-judgmental. I am. So that is from your perspective. How you sound, you don't know. She needs to give you feedback. Is that okay, sir? I'm trying to give you one angle to the matter. One angle is the fact that a lady may have had a dysfunctional upbringing by being truthful. She may have been traumatized by being truthful. In which case, she's going to be very careful in expressing whatever it is that she's dealing with because of the fear of backlash. Are you getting me, sir? Now, the lady is going to be watching your responses to small matters to determine whether she can tell you big things. If the lady has a good environment, you have good response, and the lady still conceals such weaknesses or such sinful behaviors, if she's doing it, even though she has a man she can open up to, so she has made a choice. By doing it 3 times, 5 times, and all, she has chosen what she wants. That is the life she wants to enjoy. That is what she will pursue when she gets married. Are you getting what I'm saying, sir? The first is for us to start with, is it possible that she's responding to trauma? Is it possible that she's afraid of you? If she tells you, she doesn't know what your reactions will be. Is there a fear that maybe you've even made statements like before, one of the things that I can't stand is my deal breaker? Yeah? Maybe before you made statements like, the day this kind of thing happens, it's going to be a deal breaker. You've already told her what your deal breakers are, and she has fallen into one. So what is going to be the next reaction from you if she tells you about it? She's going to lose you. So wisdom on her own part requires that she should hold on to you until, even if she's going to tell you and it's going to become a deal breaker, she must hold on to you until she's able to find a replacement. Ladies are that smart. So she will conceal because she's afraid if she tells you, the relationship will break. So she must hold on until she finds a replacement. The day she finds a replacement, then she will come and tell you. If you don't react, you truly, based on what you claim, that you're non-judgmental. So and she come and tell you, so I've been sleeping with somebody for five times now. No problem, that's okay. Come back home. Just come back. That's all right. So if she does that and you tell her come back and all, are you sure you are not going back to him? Oh no, I'm surprised that you forgive me. So she will stay with you. But you hear 5, you say 5. But I thought you are non-judgmental. So sir, they are gauging. The lady is gauging. And only God knows what conversation between two of you looks like. And be careful of assuming that based on the way you think you sound, you are good. Only the other person can truly tell us if you are non-judgmental. I am surprised, with as tough as I am with you people here, I don't even know where you all take me to be now. I've been very tough. So I'm surprised. I meet people everywhere and they're telling me that, sir, you are non-judgmental. The reason we all like following you is because you are not. I say, yeah, God, I know they judge. Is it true that I'm non-judgmental? I don't know. I'm just being truthful. Do you understand that? So people are the one that would tell those who are listening to you. They are the ones that can truly tell. So please, sir, here's what I'm going to say to you. Since you already know what she has not told you, invite her. I'm aware you've been involved in things like this. Is this what you want to do? I understand it's what you have come to start enjoying. I must allow you to pursue that life. That's the life you want to have. Unfortunately, that's not the kind of life I want to have. That's not the life I will want for the mother of my children. Is that okay? So I must love you enough to allow you pursue what gives you joy. Is that okay, sir? Allow her to pursue. If she's not willing to stop, she enjoys it, let her go. It doesn't have to be a quarrel. But if you keep it, you keep her, she already has done it 5 times before marriage, she will do it more times after marriage. Because she has lost resistance for it. She has found deep pleasure in it. Trust me, sir, you can never take that appetite from her. Only God can. When he will, we do not know. Whatever she has enjoyed 5 times secretly and kept away from you, with as good as you claim to be, sir, if she's enjoying it, it means she has found something outside of you that satisfies her. You marry her, that same thing. Even if you give her the same thing, there is something about her experiencing it from somebody else. She'll go for it. Except God intervenes and transforms her life.
Thank you for watching Kingdom Relationship and Marriage. If this message has blessed you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Join us every week as we help Christians choose the right spouse and build marriages that honor God. And remember, choose wisely, love biblically, build a marriage that honors God. Until next time, God bless you, and see you in the next video.